I never thought my life would become the kind of story strangers dissect on the internet. You know, the ONA's late-night Reddit threads where people gasp at the drama, comment up, "You deserve better," and refresh for updates like it's a Netflix series. But here I am, sitting at my kitchen table at 3 a.m., typing this out because my heart is too heavy to keep it to myself anymore. Maybe telling it will help someone else who feels stuck in the same kind of quiet heartbreak I lived through. It started with love, the kind that makes you believe in fate. I met Daniel during my senior year of college. He was charming in that soft, careful way that doesn't announce itself but lingers in your memory. He remembered the smallest things, how I liked my coffee, the exact shade of my favorite nail polish, the way my voice cracked when I talked about my late father. People used to tell us we were relationship goals, and for a while, I believed it. We got married after 3 years, in a small ceremony where he cried harder than I did. Our families blended beautifully, and for a long time, I thought we were untouchable. But love doesn't always die in explosions. Sometimes, it rots quietly, like fruit left too long in the sun. The first crack was small. Daniel started staying late at work. At first, it made sense, promotions don't turn themselves. Then came the missed dinners. The unreturned texts. The way he flinched when I asked if everything was okay. I blamed stress, then myself. Maybe I wasn't exciting anymore. Maybe marriage had made me boring. I bought new clothes, cooked his favorite meals, planned little weekend getaways. He smiled, thanked me, and then went back to scrolling through his phone with a face I couldn't read. Then, one night, I found the messages. It was a Thursday. I only grabbed his phone because mine was dead, and I needed to check an email. The notification popped up before I could even unlock it. A name I didn't recognize, followed by a heart emoji. I wish I could tell you I calmly confronted him, but the truth is, I froze. My chest went cold, my ears rang, and for a moment, I couldn't breathe. When I finally opened the thread, the words blurred, but the meaning was unmistakable. "I miss you. Last night was perfect. When can we see each other again?" Her name was Emily. When I confronted him, Daniel didn't deny it. He didn't even look surprised. He just sat there, hands folded, and whispered, "I didn't mean for this to happen." As if betrayal is ever an accident. He claimed it wasn't serious, that he still loved me, that he was just confused. But in that moment, I understood something crystal clear: the person I loved didn't exist anymore. The weeks that followed were a blur of lawyers, tears, and sleepless nights. Divorce is a word you never imagine attached to your own name until it's suddenly all over your paperwork. My mother begged me to reconsider. Friends told me to fight for counseling. But how do you fight for someone who chose someone else? The worst part wasn't losing him, it was losing the life I thought we'd have. The kids we'd named in quiet pillow talk. The house we planned to build. The inside jokes no one else would ever understand. It felt like grieving a death, except the person was still alive and smiling in photos I no longer belonged in. For a while, I broke. I cried in grocery store aisles when I saw his favorite cereal. I avoided mutual friends because I couldn't stand the pity in their eyes. Nights were the hardest. I'd lie awake replaying every conversation, every laugh, every kiss, wondering when exactly I stopped being enough. But here's the thing about heartbreak: it's a forge. It burns you down, but it also reshapes you. I started small. I signed up for a pottery class just to get out of the house. My hands trembled so much on the first day that my vase collapsed, but I kept going. I reconnected with old friends I'd drifted from during my marriage. I traveled alone for the first time via Barcelona, where I ate churros at sunrise and realized I hadn't tasted freedom in years. Every small act of reclaiming my life felt like adding a brick to the new foundation I was building. Then came the unexpected twist. About a year after the divorce, I got a message on Reddit. Not from Daniela, thank God, but from a stranger who'd read a post I'd written in a late-night haze about starting over. Her username was NewRoots88, and she simply wrote, "Thank you for sharing this. I'm leaving a cheating spouse too, and your words helped me breathe tonight." We started talking. First about heartbreak, then about everything else: books, travel, stupid memes. Her name was Maya. And over months of messages, calls, and finally meeting in person, I realized something I'd been too scared to admit: the love I lost wasn't the only kind worth having. Maya wasn't a rebound. She was a revelation. She taught me that love isn't supposed to feel like walking on eggshells. It's laughter that bubbles out when you least expect it. It's holding space for someone's scars without trying to fix them. It's late-night conversations where you feel seen in a way that makes you wonder if you've ever truly been seen before. Daniel eventually tried to reach out. He sent a letter of apologies scrawled in his familiar handwriting. I read it once, then tucked it away. Not out of bitterness, but because I no longer needed closure from him. The life I'd built without him was louder, brighter, and more real than anything we'd shared. Today, as I type this, I'm sitting on a balcony in a small apartment I chose for me. There's a half-finished clay vase on the table beside me and a photo of Maya and me from our latest hike. The pain didn't disappear overnight, but it transformed. It became proof that I survived something I once thought would break me. If you're reading this and you're standing where I once stood, betrayed, lost, convinced the world as you knew it has ended, please hear me. Endings are brutal, but they're also beginnings. The life you imagined may be gone, but the life waiting for you might just be better than anything you planned.